Imagine waiting months for the biggest Path of Exile 2 patch ever. You map out your league start, you obsess over the perfect build, you can't wait to try the revamped endgame and every new toy the expansion has to offer. Then launch day arrives and everything falls apart. Your build is a disaster, your leveling plan implodes, your endgame strategy doesn't work, and the new mechanics you were so excited for, you barely get to experience them before your league start crashes and burns. At that point, you have two choices. You can rage quit by day 2, convince yourself the league is terrible, and walk away. Or you can learn one of the hardest lessons in Path of Exile 2. Your league starter matters, maybe more than anything else. Because if your first character can't actually get you to the fun part of the game, it doesn't matter how incredible your endgame build looked in Path of Building 2. That's exactly what we're talking about in this week's episode of the Brothers in Exile podcast, our biggest league start mistakes, what we learned from them, and how to avoid making them yourself. Enjoy, everyone. Hi, Exiles. We are alive. I know, it's been a while since the last Brothers in Exile podcast. In fact, for most of you, you might be done playing Path of Exile 2 patch 0.5, and you might be wondering why we didn't release any podcast during the actual season, I don't know, hype time when people were playing the game. I played quite a bit of this season. I progressed very far. I downed all the new content. I'm going to throw it on over to my brother, CastOnComet, to give his own breakdown of why we didn't do crap this league when it comes to this particular series.
Okay. I got the swear word pass. You just said crap. Okay, I fucked up, guys. I messed up on my part. So I currently have 4 characters, all in endgame, and I still have not done all of the endgame quests. I have not done Abyss. I have not done. I've done Delirium. I have not done Temple. I have not done basically half the mechanics. I've not even touched Expedition. What this entire patch or league is about is like Verisium, Expeditions. Oh my gosh, haven't touched that at all whatsoever.
Wow.
So it's
because
me,
you're
guys.
a casual
It's
player,
me.
right? It's just because you take 50 hours in the campaign,
of course,
right? Is that
hey, whoa,
why?
back that up.
Why are you in the situation you're in? Because I think some people might relate to you. I don't, but I know some people might.
Yeah.
I tried to warn
you off in this podcast. Can I is that allowed or is you too? Okay, anyways, so cut that out. I hate that. Anyways,
no, I'm not cutting anything. This is a raw pod. This is a raw pod. Pretend we're live.
Bro.
Okay?
Oh, we're raw. We're going in raw. Okay.
That's right.
Guys, I've discovered something about Path of Exile 2. Maybe you have. I have. I've been playing Path of Exile 2 for, now 5 leagues. And it's a game you always learn about. And this league, I was like, I am going to go ahead and I'm going to get Mirror of Calandra.
Just to preface, there is a creator, I'm sure many of you know, X the Farmer X, who made a series where he was also going for a Mirror of Calandra. It took him dozens of hours to get there, and he is like hardcore farming. He's blasting a map in 1 minute. He's got all the cracked ups. It took him forever to get a mirror because inflation, just mirrors kept inflating in price, right? But alas, that was your goal. That's still your goal because you're still playing. So that was your goal of the league. So how exactly did we slot into the place that we're in now?
So I did 3 things wrong. Let's break it down.
All right.
First thing I did wrong. Guys, why do this random weird league starter build when I can just start with a farm build? So what ended up happening there was I played Ritualist. I went Spark, CastOnComet. It was terrible. had no currency to buy any items. Couldn't get the right uniques at all. And then also I spec'd into negative item rarity, which can work still for just normal items. But I spec'd into normal negative item rarity to get exceptional items. I think they changed it where you need more item rarity to get exceptionals. I'm not too sure. That's how it reads now in the new Atlas. And also, the new Atlas locks exceptionals behind random bosses. And I had no intention of doing the Atlas. I was just going, I'm just going to go ahead and, farm immediately. Messed up there. Messed up. League started with a farming build, blew up in my face, did not go well. It just went like...
Not only did you league start with a farming build, but you fell victim to league starting with a build that requires investment to get online.
Yes.
I mean, it was the funniest thing sitting here watching you
can't do that.
to do math.
You can't do that.
Cast on crit Comet build with Spark. That isn't not end of league, but that is once you farm up some currency with your league starter, which now you know about league starters, right? I tried to warn you.
Right? Yeah.
That's when you swap over to that, either on your character or you build a new character. You can start with that, but you have to brute force it, and it is going to be grueling. And in most cases, I don't think it's going to be fun. Like I have done this before, albeit not Path of Exile 2 and Path of Exile 1. When I first started out, I league started with builds that required currency to get started, and it was, I think, my second league that I did that, and I ended up having to delete the character and restart from scratch, just like you did. So there's that, and then the exceptional item piece. When did you find out that you had to allocate nodes on the Atlas to get exceptional items, boots, weapons, body armors, and the like to begin dropping? Was it during character 1, character 2?
It's character 2. So I had my ritualist, and then I had my martial artist. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can go exceptional item farming. And by the way, I had a bit of currency. I got like a couple div, spent it on Venture Gambles with negative item. And then I'm like, let's go, bro. I got 68% negative item rarity. Here we go. And I'm just killing creatures. I'm just farming.
Slowly.
I'm like, where's the exceptionals?
You're killing creatures, but you're doing it at a snail's pace. I mean, it was so bad. It was like, I thought I was watching Dawn of the Hunt footage. The white monsters were not falling quickly. And you're swapping between your... I remember.
0.2 was back.
You were swapping from your martial artist to your ritualist and back and forth, back and forth. Now, we know the ritualist build. Do you want to share the martial artist build that you...
Hey, that martial artist build can work. It can do things.
Right.
Don't make fun of it.
Right. What was it? What was it again?
It was Facebreaker martial artist. But it turned into a super cool item that you can scale and you can make a really cool build out of. I think it is still a pretty valid league starter. I just don't think I was putting enough time and investment to make it a good league starter, because I was taking all my currency from that build and putting it into the ritual list.
You were funneling currency from your half-assed league starter to your end game Val Temple farm.
Guys, I had things I wanted to do this league. I wanted to get more involved.
Out the window. Gone with the wind.
My wife was like, you have a child here. Do you want to see your son? And I'm just like, I guess at this point in time, 35 hours in with no exceptionals, no divines. Here we go.
Yeah, because you went hard on those first two characters. You did push.
Oh yeah.
You pushed your martial artist. Did you down Arbiter of Ash?
10 hours.
Did you get him with martial artist? The 10 hours?
Yeah, I did. At hour 10, I got hour 10 of just Arbiter of Ash attempts. I downed him.
So everybody
never
listening,
do that again.
Everybody listening right now, what other podcast in the world about a video game, specifically Path of Exile 2, can you hear that one of the hosts took 10 hours to kill a tutorial endgame boss that has been in the game since 0.1? It is the endgame tutorial boss. Endgame tutorial.
Oh my gosh.
It was glorious. It's peak content. Seriously, I loved watching it. You actually had to do all the mechanics of the fight. I mean, it was a gritty battle that lasted, I think, obviously 10 hours, but the eventual kill was like a 5-minute kill. So it was really entertaining.
I
And
had to rework my build over and over and over and
lots of iteration.
over.
It's
Just like
good.
lots of iteration.
It's good. And you
I've
so
never, yeah, wow,
are
okay.
are those two tossed in the trash at this point? And you moved on to build number
Yeah, they're
3. And
gone.
when did you move on to build number 3? I think I might have been like on a cruise. On the cruise when you moved to build number 3. I don't even know what build number 3 is.
Hold up. That's build number 4.
Wait. Wait, what was build number 3?
I can't remember build 3.
Oh my gosh.
I can't remember build 3.
But
I
it
just
got-
know this is build 4.
It got to endgame? You have 4 endgame characters?
I think build 3 got to act 4 and was about to get into the interludes. Oh wait, I do remember build 3. Build 3 was an invoker.
Oh gosh. Yes, I remember. Yes, another one. Keep making mugs. I remember this now. No, I remember. My brother and I were sitting on the call, right? And I'm progressing through endgame. I'm showing him off the boss fights. I'm having a grand old time. Best time I've ever had in PoE2 except for launch, right? And my brother's like, I think I'm gonna make another monk. I'm gonna make an invoker. And I go to first I say, well, wait, you have a martial artist, just swap the ascendancy. No, man, I can't do it. What if I want to play him? And then I go to PoE Ninja. What is the least played ascendancy?
Oh gosh.
I mean, the martial artist has more power
Yeah,
in its
does.
Fists of Stone
does.
node than all of
It
the
does.
Invoker ascendancy.
Hey, don't do invoker dirty like that.
What were you even trying to do with Invoker? Was it even quarterstaff?
Oh, wait, you wait for this. You
I
just
shot?
wait for this. You wait for this. Okay, let's back up a little bit. All right,
shot?
let's back up a little bit. No. You got
Huh?
this all wrong.
Oh no.
Hold the phone, brother. Okay, hold the phone. So in 0.4, I was a Wyvern invoker, and I
Yeah.
had all these comments coming down. And I was so excited, and I'm like, oh my gosh,
Cool.
I should do this with just only spells. Let's go to Incinerate.
Yes, yes, I do remember. I told you. Incinerate got gutted. Patches again. You don't want to start. You don't want to play with that.
Oh my god.
And you said no. I looked.
Brother,
It's
I
fine.
know what I'm doing. So a little sentence in the patch notes of 0.5 was Flame Breath was energy gain with Flame Breath is now equivalent to Incinerate. I read that and I'm like, oh, it's probably like 50%. 50% is still very doable. All these comments come down, like 50% comments, I can probably skill it up hard. It's gonna be fine. I got this character to Interlude 2. I got the skill gem. I got Cast on Crit, Cast on Ailment. And I tested it against creatures. And Incinerate was getting like 2% per 30 seconds. And I'm like, oh no. Oh no.
Dude, no way.
And then I go to PoE2 DB, right? I go to DB to see what's going on here. It's not 50% minus energy gained. It's 98%. They just said no.
Oh
no
my
cast an ailment for Incinerate. And Flame Breath was at 100%, and they nerfed it to 90 negative. It was at no issue, and then they just put negative 98% on that. So my build from 0.4 is dead. Can't do it again. It's
Right.
gone.
Yes.
Gone.
Yeah.
Right.
The
So
Flame Breath
I got
comment.
this invoker all the way to Interlude 2. And I'm like, it's kind of sad that I can't do Cast an Ailment with Incinerate. But Incinerate's kind of a cool spell. That's kind of cool. Ignite is kind of cool. Can I do something here? And then I found Gemling's additional quality on skill gem with Flame Blast. So that was character 4. Character 4.
Word. Okay, so now
we go to character 4.
we're in the present day. Okay, we've walked
We're in the present
through
day.
memory
Present day.
lane, the ghosts of
That's
characters past, and now
Ghosts of characters
that's
back.
here. Yeah, character 4, Gemling Legionnaire. I mean,
Yep.
maybe you would have been thrifty back in 0.2, but now in 0.3, even 0.4, now Gemling Legionnaire is talk of the town. So what is your particular spin on Gemling? Because everybody already knows at this point. I played martial artist, and I've just tried a variety of other stuff. The game, and we could talk about this a little bit more later. But as soon as I found the broken tech for Hollow Form, the end game lost its luster for me. With Lockdown Caress, it was too
Yeah.
easy. It's so strong. So I was riding high up until that moment. I actually was told about it on stream. I equipped it, and then I just thought, oh, this character is not as fun anymore. So what fun are you having with your Gemling Legionnaire? Because
All right.
it's some pretty sick tech. It looks good too. When you can see the screen.
Yeah, of course, right? When you can see the screen. So you can see the screen pretty well with this one, but pretty much what I'm doing is I'm having Gemling Legionnaire with the additional quality effect on Flame Blast, where you get 40% more, not increased, more ignite magnitude per stage, and you can go to 10 stages, so it's 400%. Then Gemini Legionnaire gets additional quality above 20%, so you can push to 500, and there's other ways to push it even farther, so you can get to 600% more ignite magnitude, and then you can multiply it with increased ignite magnitude on the passive skill tree and on your equipment as well. So you just charge up this flame blast, you let it go, and if you crit, bosses just go,
Yeah.
they just, bar just goes down.
Yeah, the ignite is
which
so
is
powerful.
so awesome. I'm still working on the character. There's still many things I need to fund the character for. But now, if I was to go back and like, oh, what's my league start? This probably would have been my league start.
Yeah, did you have to invest a lot to get it going? Or was it reasonably cheap?
No. It was reasonably cheap. The main thing here is that because all of your flame stuff is on the other side of the skill tree, you play crossbow until you get to like interludes, and you can reinvest your passive skill points into the warrior side for armor, because armor is probably the best defense for low levels, super low levels, and also not like T16s. And they get all the ignite stuff on there. And then for just your main damage overall, you can pick whatever spell you deem necessary. I picked Ice Nova because I think Ice Nova's quality is really cool, where it has a 40% chance to not consume the infusion. So I just play Ice Infusion and then Flame Blast. I'm doing Fire and Ice with Gemling Legionnaire, which is really, really cool in my opinion. Problematic though, and I want to push this over to you, see what you think of it. Gemling Legionnaire has such amazing power in all skills all around the tree. You can make it anything you want. Is that good for the game?
Here's what I think about Gemling. I was pondering over this the other day, actually, thinking about what they're going to do with Gemling, because I don't think they're going to leave it as is. It's evident that Gemling Legionnaire's new node that gives that additional quality effect to all these gems is an absolute win. You know what also it shows? It showcases that a lot of these skills that were deemed lackluster were actually just missing a singular line to make them interesting, to make them powerful, to make them exciting enough to build characters around. So I could almost see this as a testing grounds for grinding your games to make many of these qualities or to the actual gem as opposed to specific to the Gemling Legionnaire. And what they could do there is they could make a new node that's cool again for the Gemling Legionnaire to give it something very interesting, because I do think all Ascendancies need something at that power scale. We need our Fists of Stone. I don't know the node of the Gemling Legionnaire. I don't know what it's called, but we need all these awesome nodes. The boss taming for the Spirit Walker. These are things that Ascendancies need to have that thrill, the spice, that power. But in this particular case, like you said, it's just the best at so many different skills, not only in late game scaling, but as you said, you could have league started this and its magnitude's more powerful than any other Flame Blast build could be on league start, especially because a lot of these additional quality modifiers aren't increased damage, aren't increased attack speed. It's more. So I do think that GGG can use this as basically just a broad buff to a lot of the gems that are underused. And I know that's what they said they were looking at in 0.55. looking at all the skills that people just aren't touching. Well, look at how many people are utilizing underutilized gems with Gemling Legionnaire. It's there.
Yeah.
What do you think about that idea?
I think that you're pretty on point there. All the additional quality effects on all skills, it should not be increased damage. It should be a unique mechanic to the skill. And I
Mm.
want to push on what this means. For Flame Blast, that's increased ignite magnitude. The other additional quality that the skill gem has is more cast speed. Flip those two. Make more cast speed Gemling Stain, and then take that ignite magnitude and
Mm.
put it just based on Flame Blast so everyone can run it, right? Then you have one for Ice Nova, right? Ice Nova is a chance to not consume infusion.
So
That
good.
should just be the quality on it. And the other thing that it has, which is just like, I don't know, like chill magnitude, it should be it should be like that should be the Gemling thing, right? So
Does
take
that
the
make Gemling a little
interesting.
boring though?
No, because you can also then buff the boring
Mm.
part,
Or change them?
right? Oh, great. Yeah, up to 20, yeah, or change them again, right? But like for example, like the more cast speed on Flame Blast, just double it and give the Gemling,
Right.
right? So now Gemling's still pretty good at Flame Blast, but this also does not exclude other classes from trying the skill,
Yeah.
right? Because also I looked at all the other skills and what the quality effects are. A lot of them are really cool and
Mm.
would enable other classes to use those skills if they had access to them, right?
Agreed.
For example, one aspect is armor piercing rounds. I don't see anyone using the skill. Of course, I'm not really into the meta, so maybe people are using the skill, but it has the qualifier of more attack speed, not increased attack speed, more attack speed, which allows you to just rapidly fire that out, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. There's also things where it's like things don't consume, things
Yeah,
are
Flicker
more
Strike,
projectiles.
Flicker Strike,
Flicker
Falling
Strike,
Thunder,
right?
not consuming power
Right.
charge. That's
Yeah,
ridiculous,
exactly.
dude.
So I think that take all these unique stuff that Gemling has, give it to the general audience of classes, and then take the boring stuff and just make it better with Gemling.
Yeah,
So Gemling can still do Flame Blast, but so can Sorceress, so
right.
can Infernalist, so can all these other cool classes, right? So can Invoker.
I do think that's a possibility. They could just choose to flip some around and make
Yeah.
the boring ones better. It's really been fascinating to see the meta shift to Gemling Legionnaire. I think a lot of people have swapped over to that as the
Yeah.
patch has progressed. The people who remain have discovered Gemling is the way to go to make wacky builds. And every time I see
Ooh,
a wacky
so
build pop up, I swear it's Gemling Legionnaire. Like, have you seen the Sunder builds with Gemling?
I have not,
Oh,
and I do need to look at them because
okay.
I think Gemling is really powerful this league for what has been done to it, for how it's been changed.
Okay.
But I need to ask you, have you seen what Infernalist has been doing?
No, you mentioned something about Infernalist to me. What was it? Enlighten me.
All spells cost one for
Oh,
Infernalist.
yeah. Yeah.
All
Right.
spells. Because Ward is now effective HP, so they
Right.
use Chaos Inoculation to get their HP to 1. They have no ES. They Ward stack out the kazoo, and then every spell costs 1 Infernal Flame, which really doesn't hurt you that much, right? So the meta build I'm seeing right now, well, not maybe not the meta build, but like a really powerful build is just Spark, CastOnComet, Infernalist because there's no mana issues
Right. See,
whatsoever.
I'm looking at PoE Ninja right now, and
What
Infernalist
is
has
it?
leapt up to 5% of the characters on
Yeah.
Trade League. It's
Yep.
just under, wow. 4% Blood Mage, 5% Infernalist, 5% Stormweaver, 5% Oracle, 7%
This
Deadeye, and then we have our outliers. Spirit Walker 14%, Gemling
yeah.
Legionnaire has leapt up to 17%, and then Martial Artist has dropped
Ooh.
all the way to 19%. So the field of play, this
Yeah.
is 124,000 characters between level 80 and 100, has evened out quite a bit. Like Gemling, and then, as you said, Infernalist. Looks like instead of swapping to Blood Mage, like they were doing all the leagues prior, essentially, for Cast on
Yes.
Crit, maybe
Yeah.
that Infernalist build is what's popping off. Because if I
That's
sort by
probably popping off.
Infernalist, yeah, I'm looking Spark Comet,
Spark Comet, Spark
Arc.
Comet,
Yeah,
Spark
yes,
Comet,
that's what they're
Spark Comet,
doing.
Arc
Yep,
Comet. Yep.
yep.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Lots of level 100s,
I,
please.
I need to ask a question here.
Yeah.
Is it healthy that the best end game farming build is Spark Comet
No, it
every
sucks.
time?
No, I think it sucks.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think I don't know if we had this convo on our last pod or one of the pods. I think that cast on crit should just be removed until I figure out what to do with it, because it is the end state for so many builds, and it's here.
Mhm.
I don't even think it's problem that it's the end state. I think it's just a problem what it looks like, just what it does to the game. Call me
Mhm.
crazy, but it is just screen vomit, and it looks like total crap. And it's unfortunate that when you Google best PoE2 builds, like a lot of people do that, right? A lot of casual
Yeah.
players, normal players, like our dad does that. They will Google that, go on YouTube, try to find it, and they'll try to replicate that. I don't know. I just feel like that it just cheapens the whole experience, in my opinion. And I know people hate that take. You probably, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, you kind of have that with your Ice Nova Flame Blast build. It's kind of dirty, but I just wish that the best builds, or just all builds in general, were less screen cluttering or PoE2. But it's not going that way. It's not going that way, because you're just going to get more and more
Mhm.
power,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
It's so hard for the developers to take power away, and the amount of power that I think needs to be, personally, that I think needs to be taken away at this point is ludicrous. And they're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. They've done it in PoE 1. The community shit its pants, imploded, and I think maybe some developers might have stopped communicating with the community over it. I don't think they're ever going to do something at that scale again. I think they've taken a very different approach to nerfing now, but I think it needs to be done. Personally, I disagree with blasting everything to ridiculous proportions and how fast this happens, because we're not even 1.0.
Yeah.
It's
No,
gonna
no, we're
keep
not.
going for years. We're gonna get this
So
game. There's gonna be so many different ways to scale your character, and I just,
yeah.
the baseline is too high right now, in my opinion.
So I I think clearing screens are perfectly fine, right? When you get to end game,
Mm,
right? When you get to like the very tip of the character, because that's what we're trying to achieve. We're trying to achieve ultra powerful characters. During campaign, you can get that awesome experience, right? And then early end game, you get that experience. But I think you should still have the capability to do tons of damage, kill tons of creatures,
yeah, I
and
can see
get that
that.
scream vomit that you want. Because for me, scream vomit like my wyvern comet build was super satisfying, right?
I
It was
know.
so
I
nice.
concede
Now,
this. I concede
now,
this is where we
well,
are. This is where we're going.
well,
Where we were
hold on
going.
here,
I
hold on
concede it.
here. I still wanna talk about one thing here, right? I think Spark Cast on Comet is a problem. And I think people always be like, oh, Cast on Critical is the problem. Cast on Ailment's the problem. Comet is the problem. I don't think those are the problem skills. I think Spark is.
Yeah, it's just objectively
I
the
think
best, right?
like if I look, yeah, if I look at like the elemental page, I'm looking for a basic attack skill. Spark is it, right? Or arc if you really want to. Fireball is too slow and doesn't do enough damage. Frostbolt needs a unique to even do damage, right? You can't do damage without snake pit with Frostbolt, right? There's a lack of variety for triggering cast on comet, and I feel like the way Spark acts, because if you just look at Spark, the reason their comments are flying all across your screen is because they're moving at like 200% projectile speed and have like 100% duration, and your screen just has sparks going everywhere on your screen. Honestly, I think they need to look at Spark and maybe like ask themselves, "Do we this is this where we want Spark to be?" Right?
Well,
I don't know if
you hit on it
that's
right
right.
there. The reason that Spark is the best, I'm going to sound like a pro
Go
player
ahead.
here, because it has so many different ways you can scale it. It has different vectors. It's not just damage, right? It's not just attack
Yeah.
speed. It's damage, it's projectile speed, it's the duration that it lasts. It also bounces off walls, right? It can go through stuff like firewall, and it can get extra there's so many different ways to buff this one spell. I think you're totally right that it's not necessarily Comet. It's kind of Spark at this point. Um, so yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do about that. They'd have to fundamentally change the way the spell works, though. Or here's another thought: buff up other spells. Maybe,
Yes.
maybe, maybe make the way some spells work with infusions the baseline, and make their infusions even better. I don't know. I am playing spells the next time I push a character through the game. I've been practicing in just Act 1 with Sorceress. because I've just heard spells suck aside from cast on crit, and I really
Yeah,
want to see if
yeah.
that's the case. I think it's true. I just want to experience it myself
Oh,
during the dire death knells of spells being bad. Hopefully they are changed in 1.0, but we'll have to see.
let's rephrase that a little bit. I think you missed something here. Spells are probably the best way to do damage in Path of Exile 2.
Right.
They feel bad.
Are they the best way?
They're not.
But are they the best way?
I mean, cast on Comet,
That's
right?
exactly. Is that the
Right.
only? Can you
I
name
mean, like
any
that.
other?
Arc cast on Comet.
Right. Can you name
um,
any spell build that doesn't rely on cast on crit with Comet to function?
I mean, like if you want to look at league starters, there's tons of them, right? But if you want to look at end game builds, those are the two renowned ones, right?
Even
The
league
thing that
starters.
league starters, Incinerate is Chronomancer. Incinerate was a good league starter.
Okay.
There was a couple other ones.
I
I
just
think
know there's
Ice
so
Nova
many
is still pretty
spells in the
decent.
game, and I can't. I honestly, maybe I'm totally
Yeah,
wrong, but I just
yeah.
can't
Who's
name
using
any
Frost
builds that
Art?
like
Who's
don't
using Fire Fuselage? Who's
Ember
using
Fusillade.
Solar Nova, Solar Orb? Who is using all those spells? I don't see those spells anywhere in any
Right.
builds,
Yeah. I think
right?
they require a lot. I like. Do they feel bad, or are they just not strong enough for how you have to use them? Because a lot of spells
I
require setup, and they
yeah.
don't have the payoff. Right.
I think there's two factors here. There's two
Yeah.
factors, right? The first factor is that there's not enough ways to use a spell awesomely, right? I think infusions are incredible, and what GGG should do is they should go ahead and add a way to infuse a spell, like maybe two to three different ways to infuse a spell for every single spell that changes their function almost completely and empowers them. I think it'd be really cool and give a lot more, diversity of way to use actually these spells and these skills.
Mm,
Okay, that's the first thing I would recommend here, right? Or change themselves to be a little bit easier to use and get like more payoff. That's another thing here. The second thing I really want to hone in on is that martial classes with weapons have easy ways to scale damage and easy ways to understand how their damage is scaling.
hmm
As a spellcaster playing through campaign, my experience has been I just need a staff with more levels.
Plus gem levels.
I,
Yeah.
I I need plus levels. That's all I need. Oh, I got a skill gem. That's more damage for me, right? And then like the percentile increased spell damage is like okay, awesome. I'll have that. Oh, also plus levels. That's great too. Cool. With weapons, you're like, oh, I can have lightning. I can have fire damage. I can have all this cool damage, and it's not percentile scaling. It is flat scaling, which is better for early game. So max damage actually does scale because I don't need a solid baseline. With
Mm,
spells, percent increase of the 50% increase gained as cold or gained as fire. You need a good baseline to make that matter, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like going through campaign and trying to go up as a spellcaster feels a lot worse than as a martial character.
Yeah.
I can add the Iron Rain of plus 25 physical damage per hit or whatever, and it makes my character way more powerful. And spells don't really have multiple different avenues to spell. How do spells do damage? You increase the level and you scale by percent, and
Right.
then you crit. But martial weapons always crit too, so who cares?
Or you're first forced to use the infusions. Right. And that's like
I
the
mean,
way. And
the infusions
it's still
still
death.
require all those other things to actually
Yes.
function correctly, right?
Yeah.
And also, there's not a good way to automate infusions until you get to the
Oh yeah.
cast-on gems.
Right. Yeah. So I think that's and obviously everybody we're talking about elemental spells here. We're not talking about
Yeah,
primal.
we're not,
Like we
we're
all
not talking
know
primal or
Entangle and
occult.
Thunderstorm is busted. We are aware. We are aware. That's why I
Yeah,
know they can do this right. They can do
yeah.
combos. They can do spells right because the kit for primal spells is sick. I think the elemental spells still have some design that was meant for the Path of Exile 2 that I might have preferred way back in 0.1 and in the
Zero
alphas.
point
Okay.
0.2 spells, right?
Yeah, right. I think that's what a lot of these were designed for, and that is not the game we have today at all.
Hmm.
Not even close,
Hmm.
unless you're trying to do Act 1 with no gear and only a staff and trying to speedrun it.
I
You know,
mean,
that's
shoot,
it.
look at Druid, right? So Druid's weapon is so awesome. You can do so many things with it. It is
Mhm.
an incredible weapon. I feel like all the older weapon skills kind of fall flattish compared to the talisman, right?
Mhm.
That's why, honestly, that's actually why I wanted to see a new class in 0.5, is to see if their design philosophy around skills has been consistent and changed to what their vision in the future is going to be.
Mm,
Because all these skills they developed were for the meticulous combat, the meaningful combat philosophy, right? Infusions for meaningful combat, right? 0.2 introduced the Huntress, and spears had very certain ways to do damage. Let's
mhm.
ignore the lightning spear for a second, please. But it just feels like all these skills were designed with a different philosophy, and that's why maybe Spark is the only one that's doing awesome or super strong in game or arc, because
Yeah.
you can make it the current philosophy.
And it's been busted since 0.1. The best
It's been
builds in
yeah,
0.1 were
it's
the
been
Spark
broken. Yeah,
Archmage builds. So been that
lightning
same
arrow
state.
Deadeye too.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's all great feedback, and hopefully it doesn't fall on deaf ears, or hopefully 0.55 is going to include some of those spell changes, because I think that's one
I
archetype that really needs some assistance.
yeah. 100%. Also, let's just pause for a second. Pause real quick here for a
Yeah.
second. I need a hot take from you. Not a hot take, a quick take from you. Are all the ascendancies going to be reworked to be in line with what Gemling and Spirit Walker and martial artists are? Because I look at Deadeye, it's boring. Invoker, I mean, I like it, but it's also not what martial arts can do. It's boring compared to them. A
I
lot of the ascendancies feel flat now compared to the newer ones.
I have several thoughts on that. So first, will they all be reworked? No. Genuinely, no, they won't. I think it's too much work and effort to do that right now. I would love that to happen. Some of them, I think, will be reworked to give them more flair. But on your point that the Deadeye, for example, just falls flat, I think that's fine. I think there can be some boring ascendancies because some players just like the base, like what Deadeye gives. It's just giving power to your ranged attacks. That's all it's
Yeah,
giving. It's
yeah.
doing nothing super interesting like the ones that we've mentioned before. Not Infernalist giving you demon form or a Hellhound, and it's not any of the new ones. I think there's room in the game for ascendancies like that, but I do think they all need a pass because the Spirit Walker, the martial artist, I mean, the martial artist completely just eviscerates the Smith of Katava with one node. Mythikatava needs to use all its points to create a body armor. It can only wear a white body armor, and then it needs to create it
Hmm.
using the Ascendancy points. And then you get the gloves that are better than a body armor in terms of defenses,
Yep.
and they give you tons of offenses. And every single unique item has its own version of crazy. But that's crazy.
So good.
Yeah, it's awesome. So I do think a lot of the Ascendancies will be given some flair. But I also think there can be some plain ones, for lack of a better term, like the Deadeye. Now, I don't think you've paid attention to Path of Exile 1 news at all, but something
No,
really
no, not at
interesting
all.
happened that I'd love to bring up here. So there's a system in Path of Exile 1 called Mercenaries of Charthus. It's essentially like Rogue Exiles. It's kind of an updated version of it, where you fought a mercenary and you could see the gear that it's wearing and all that. And when you killed it, you could choose to take its gear, like you do with Rogue Exiles and PoE2, or you
Mhm,
could
mhm,
hire it
mhm.
and it would join your party and you could gear it and give it gems and everything, right? And it would play alongside you, like you have a hireling, like in Dungeons and Dragons
Yeah,
Online. Okay,
yeah,
so it was
yeah.
gone for multiple leagues, and it's coming back in the patch that comes out tomorrow. We're recording this Thursday night, and it's coming back as a core mechanic, wherein when you kill a mercenary, you get it for a couple maps, and then it goes away. Unless you are a brand new ascendancy called the Luminary, which allows you to permanently hire a mercenary, and the ascendancy is built around constructing this mercenary of yours. Okay, so it allows you to equip specific items. There's a node where every unique item slot that the mercenary has, it gets more damage, and it can buff you. You can buff it. Blah 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 blah. I think that should come into Path of Exile 2. I think they should literally just drop that into Path of Exile 2 as a mercenary, as a fourth ascendancy. And this is what I'm saying. I think they should stop limiting themselves to, each class gets 3 ascendancies, because that's how it was in Path of
Mhm.
Exile 1. And they
Yeah.
should just go wild like with 1.0 and just drop a 4th Ascendancy or something on, because they shouldn't be constrained by this. If they have a cool idea that's going to unlock a whole host of new builds and a cool archetype that doesn't fit an existing Ascendancy, they should drop it as a new Ascendancy. For like, the Mercenary already has 3. They should just literally boop, drop the Luminary on the Mercenary and add this mechanic, so you could have a hireling Ascendancy class and you could build a secondary character. It's such a cool concept. So
a question on that right now is that, like, what class is that Ascendancy class belong to? The Luminary.
It's a class called the Scion, which
it's this like middle class in the tree, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
So she actually got a new Ascendancy class last league as well, called the Reliquarian, which is also a novel concept.
How many classes does she have?
She has 3 now. She used to only have 1 up until these past 2 leagues. And the Reliquarian is even cooler because every league it changes. And its nodes are the modifiers of unique items. So you can construct your own Ascendancy, and you can double up on modifiers from unique items with her node. It's very cool. So,
are we going to see this class coming in Path of Exile too?
They said no, but given these 2 Ascendancies, like, those 2 Ascendancies are really cool. The original Ascendancy of the Scion was just combining all the other Ascendancies. You could pick like a couple nodes from each Ascendancy, essentially.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Please add that to Path of Exile too. Let's have the ability to start wherever we want, split voices. Let's go ahead and have the ability to pick whatever Ascendancy class we want. This right here too, and then no class will matter. Easy.
You're so right, dude. Because originally, when they were asked, "Is the Scion coming to Path of Exile 2?" I think it was in 2019. They said, "No, we want to have everybody to have their own strict archetype." Blah blah. And what are we? We're in 2026. You have the split personality jewel. You're starting from different areas. Right? Everybody's it's just Path of Exile 1, 2.0 again. Just
I just showed my brother my passive skill tree on my Gemling, and there is no node under the Mercenary. It starts at the Sorceress and goes up, and I'm like, there's no allocation down there. Who cares?
Do you have a split personality yet?
I do.
You do, yeah. You went straight.
That's how I did it. I just don't have it. And like, Miso Shiro was like, "Well, the cost opportunities of a gem slot. Okay, that sucks. I guess I'll get voices eventually."
There you go. Sure.
Right.
You're gonna farm that in Delirium.
The power cap is just way up here. I mean, like, voices right now is 800 div, right? I mean, I'm almost there. I have 15.
100?
No.
Okay.
15.
15. Okay. All right. Good. Yeah, so I thought that would be a really cool addition to PoE2, and you're right. Just to have the Scion, just come on, just drop it in. It's just PoE1 2.0. I think that'd be a cool addition. Smash stuff together. Heck yeah.
It's just
She's cool too. I would love to see the Scion PoE2.
Do you think split personality was a bad decision to add in Path of Exile 2?
No, it's cool. It's a build making game at this point. Yeah, I think it's cool.
Okay.
I think it's a cool chase item. I'm fine with most of the chase items. My only
chase? It's 15 Exalt.
Oh. Wait, it's that cheap?
Well, the one I got was 1,000 because it's Sorceress, but there's other ones out there that are cheap.
Well, there are coveted
1,000 Exalts.
Depending on what the meta is, right? But that's even not a lot. That's not a lot.
I mean, Sorceress was 1,000 Exalt, and one div is almost 5. Yeah, I mean, it's a couple div.
I thought it would be more chase than that. They must be dropping like candy somewhere.
No.
Interesting. I don't know. I feel like that should be a little bit more rare, but I mean, we're 2 months into the league, so maybe that's why.
I mean, sure, right?
Not sure.
I mean, yeah,
I think it's fine though. I think it unlocks some new opportunities as long as it's an end game thing. It's almost like completely being able to reorient your, like, build a brand new character. Because a big reason that, if you're a warrior, right? But you want to do a crazy off meta build, but it's all the nodes you need are on the monk side of the tree. Like, that's cool. Yeah. Right. So I think it unlocks some cool possibilities. So the only qualm I have with the game is that the screen is too cluttered and everything dies too fast. Okay, that's something that we talked about. I want let's talk about this for a second.
Go ahead.
So
Go ahead.
topic change. We're so good at podcasts. The game is too easy still. Okay. I get that there's your juicing delirium, your city maps with 4 tablets, and you can get, but okay. So few players are doing that. I think even for myself, unless I artificially I went solo self-found this league, okay? And I didn't swap to hollow form, the broken build, until I had already done all the pinnacles, okay? And it was still incredibly easy. I used items I found. I'm not that great a player, okay? I didn't have good items. All the bosses died. I was killing everything on screen so easily. I still just think the game needs to be harder. At least make the bosses harder. It's a joke what the farming pinnacles are. I don't need Ubers. Just make those harder. They should be harder. If you are farming pinnacles, you should have a build capable of fighting a boss, and you should go in expecting a real boss fight. I think that they should make the bosses harder and the drops more frequent. Like, the argument that I hear from people is, oh, well, if the boss is really hard, how am I going to run it 100 times to get the 1% drop rate item? Okay, maybe they should make it so hard that, okay, imagine you fail 1 in 5 times. So you're failing 20% of the time now, and you increase the drop rate a little bit. So and you increase the hit points and the damage, okay? So it takes a little bit longer for each run, and sometimes you might fail. So it all evens itself out. I don't know what's, and you can still get to the area where you're one-shotting bosses, because we talked about the power scaling is out of this world.
Yeah.
I just think that it's too easy. I just did an Act 1 speed run with no gear except my weapon. I was trying to do it in under an hour. That was so much fun. Okay? I had to pay attention to what the bosses were doing. Packs of monsters were dangerous. Okay? I had to use my abilities intelligently. That is so much more fun. And they have designed the game where that is possible. And they just are throwing it out in Endgame, and I think that is such a shame. We can get the best of both worlds. Okay, the power gamers are going to be able to scale their characters exponentially and eviscerate bosses. Just, I don't know. It's a losing battle. And I feel like people get so tribal about this, and I don't mean for it to be tribal at all. It's just too easy. I don't know what else to say. It is too easy, guys. Too easy.
I have some thoughts on this. Okay?
Yeah, you go.
Right? So
what's up?
I think that I agree with a lot of what you just said there, but I think we can take it in a different route, right?
Okay.
Losing to a boss because I failed a mechanic, and me trying over and over and over and eventually winning against that boss and killing that boss, that's fun. That's rewarding. If I died to a mechanic, every time I died in Arbiter of Ash, I knew why I died. I was a bad player, and I know why the mechanics failed me, right? That was really, really cool and interesting. I think bosses need to be way, way, way more harder, right, than they currently are. But I don't accept the reality that if I have a build made for killing bosses, that I'm going to lose 20% of the runs. I think if a build made for bosses, I should be able to kill bosses very easily, but my build is hyper specialized for it. For example, the reason I'm running this Gemling Legionnaire is because I can ignite a one creature with a massive amount of damage and kill a boss. I made that build for boss killing, and I did Hilda for a very long time, right? So I think bosses need to be way more powerful. Monsters and packs, making them more difficult is not fun. It's anti-fun. Making a boss more difficult is way more fun. All right. So when people are like, "Oh yeah, you want more difficulty? You want like more hardness in the game? You want to like have a challenge? Go run Delirium at 200%." Well, screw that. It's like a hive of bees. I'm gonna die to 1,000 stains, and I'm gonna die instantly. I don't know what's going on the screen. You want to vomit? That's vomit. Oh, it's a skill game. Oh, I just died. How did I just die? Oh, there's no death recap here. Oh, that's so great. Meanwhile, in a boss fight that's super hard, oh, I died because I couldn't dodge that slam. So I feel like in Path of Exile 2, bosses should be way more hard because I feel like it's a lot more fun capability having there compared to just maps and packs where you'll get swarmed and just die, or something random will have die, or there's a one modifier on a rare that you don't not aware of and it kills you, right? So I agree with your point. I think that right now the hardest parts of the game are packs, and that's not fun compared to what bosses could be, and that can be way more interesting and fun, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Right?
packs
Like
packs
like
being
like
packs being stuff that you
if
fight,
packs
that's
are the
dead.
pinnacle of difficulty in Path of Exile
Yeah,
2, in my opinion, that's a failure. A
right.
boss should be the pinnacle of difficulty in this game, not 50 little small creatures coming at you with
Right.
modifiers.
And
Ooh,
it's
like
right,
come on.
and most of the time they're gonna instantly explode once you got a build online too. Like it Axe,
That's
I'm
boring.
done. I know. It's over. It's over. I have played Delirium, not even Giga Juiced. I haven't done the 4 tablets city map strat, guys. But I have done just a Delirium Abyss Breach map with the full atlas, and I mean my computer's roaring. Okay, I
Mm-hmm,
can't see
mm-hmm.
anything that's happening from my character effects, from the enemy effect, just everything. Yeah, that's done. Adding challenge to those, that's not happening. It has to be the boss fights.
Yeah.
I just think they're
Also,
too easy. I do. I
yeah.
don't think they
Mm-hmm,
have enough hit
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
points. I don't think they
mm-hmm.
have enough damage that they're dealing. You get infinite retries. Okay, who cares if you don't beat it on try number 2? Improve your build. Keep trying. Learn the mechanics. People should not be encountering these guys and just being like killing them in 20 seconds and saying, I don't even know what the guy did. Okay. I did. It's crazy. But
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
the thing is, that's seemingly what a lot of people want, though. You know, and
I
GGG
mean,
does
sure,
listen to their player
you
base.
can
They
listen. You can
they
have
named,
that when you have a pinnacle.
bro. They named
Yeah,
the bosses farming pinnacles.
I mean, like,
These are the
yeah.
apex challenges in the game. Awesome designs. Okay, awesome abilities. Great atmosphere. Farming pinnacles. I mean, if that doesn't makes me very disappointed in GGG. Honestly, like I don't know. Um,
I I think. Listen, once again, people should have builds that can kill bosses and white pinnacles. That's perfectly fine, right? But when you play through the game, it should not be the first time. Your build should not be able to one shot this boss the first time you meet this boss, right? In Arbiter of Ash or in Arbiter of Divinity or in any of the Citadels, right? When you first meet a Citadel, I feel like there has to be your build has to be heavily invested, heavily specialized
yeah,
to actually do this for the farming of pinnacles, right? I'm trying to farm pinnacles right now, right? So
yeah,
I understand like that entire idea, right?
I get it.
You mentioned Abyss. Abyss is really fun. Abyss is super fun.
Mm.
And I think the reason I can say Abyss is really fun here, which Abyss appears to be a counterpoint to what I'm saying here, I actually think it agrees completely with me. Because the pack that comes out, you can blow it up, and then there's 1 or 2 or 5 rares that act like a mini boss that you can deal with and fight
Mm-hmm.
against. That is way more fun in my opinion, right? I think
Yeah,
Abyss actually adds to like, oh, these rares are like mini bosses, which I think rares were supposed to be like little
they were.
small mini
Yeah,
bosses on your map,
yeah,
right?
yeah. That was
But
the
I feel
goal.
like they just yeah, I think that goal has been a little obliterated,
It
right?
all comes back, bro, to what we said an hour ago. At this point, I think the balance. It's like the power scaling is so high. It's so
Yeah.
you can get so strong in the game. I think the
Why
ceiling is too high right now. They
why
need a
is the
nerf
power
patch.
balance at the ceiling,
They need to
but the
nerf
bosses are right
everything.
here? No, 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 no. Buff the bosses, double the HP on all the bosses.
Yeah, I've watched
Add more
more than
mechanics.
one Diablo 3 video essay, and that they just kept buffing monster HP until billions and billions and
Oh my
billions of hit points.
gosh.
You
Okay,
know,
maybe not do that. Maybe not do that.
so it's like you don't even comprehend the damage numbers you're doing anymore. You're doing infinity like
It's like
I
cookie clicker.
I don't know. It is the right thing to do, I think, but I don't think they're gonna do it. I don't think they want to do it. It's too much backlash. It's I don't know, like because I think a lot of players do understand this, but a lot of players Just don't. They want the power. They want the power. And that is kind of the gameplay loop that the game is at right now. What's everybody's least favorite part at this point? After 0.1, what does everybody hate? They hate the campaign. They're complaining about the campaign. Well, sure, you get campaign defenders like myself, right? But nobody wants to play. I don't want to play through the campaign. Or, yeah, I get through the campaign just to play the real game. It's the end game, right? People want to be really powerful. They want to blow stuff up. This is the vocal majority, and it's the slice of the player base that GGG I think are listening and catering to. They're not catering to me at all. All right, I made my, and actually, you know, bro, I was thinking about this way back when. Okay, you know, right now I'm asking for more and more difficulty. The first time I ever played PoE2, when I flew out to LA, I told Jonathan to his face, you know, he asked me, okay, so how did you think of it? I just played Warrior for like 3 hours in Act 1. And I didn't get like boots. I didn't get a single rare item. I had no rings. You know, I spent an hour against Raven, 45 minutes against the Devourer. And I told him, bro, Jonathan, this is way too hard. This is ridiculous. No! You need to up the drop rates of everything. You need to make the bosses hit less hard. Like, it was fun, but it's way too hard. People won't like how hard this is. You need to make it easier. You need to give us more items. I regret that conversation every day. Okay, because I can empathize with the people who want the game, who probably get frustrated when they died 3 times to, I don't know, not the Miller. Nobody dies to the Miller except me. They die to some boss, and I'm like, this is not fun. This is not why I want to play PoE2. I want to blast through everything and get super powerful and blow up. But I was that person in LA that day. I didn't blast through Act 1. I got hard stopped by the Devourer and Draven. It was the first domino.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're the reason.
I'm the reason. No, but it's like I can see this is what's happened at a mass scale, essentially. I bet that's a lot of the feedback that they're reading, especially from ARPG veterans and all that. So I can't wait. And I know we can probably talk about this in a future podcast. Hopefully it won't be 2 months until our next one. But with Act 5 and 6, which will be coming at the end of the year, I hope the bosses are hard. I hope they're not pushovers, dude. Because Act 4 bosses were pushovers.
Okay, hold up. The Act 4 boss, that guy was rough. That guy heart stuck me. Okay, I just want to say this right now. You keep stumbling into really good setups and really good league starters.
I don't even follow builds,
I'm gonna go ahead and play this. I'm gonna see how it goes. It's gonna be so great. And then you just come up with this martial artist killing bosses like No Tomorrow. And then 0.4. I'm just gonna play Bear and see how it goes. You just start killing things with Bear.
That's why I'm gonna play spells for 0.55, and then I can't wait. You know, no excuse. I will.
Wait, hold up here. That's a lie. Hold up here. That's a lie. You said if it releases, you'll play a certain Ascendancy class.
Okay, if Arcane Archer comes out, I will play Arcane Archer as well. That'll be spells.
You're gonna play like.
It'll be spells. Arcane Archer, man.
Okay. All right.
Spells on both.
You know what? I hope all the keywords in that Ascendancy class is projectiles and not arrows. Please and thank you. Okay.
We'll have to see. Spark. Spark.
We will.
6.0. Arcane Archer Spark.
Oh my gosh. All right. Have fun with spells. I can let you know. Have fun with spells.
Okay, I will.
I wish I played a more martial character this league that wasn't Facebreaker. That's my fault though. That's completely my fault.
That's
right?
Okay. Okay, you're making your build work at this point. So
yeah, it's only like what, 2 months after
it's
league
2 months
drop?
into the league. All right, we're wrapping up, but I think you wanted to answer to where all the videos and streams are, bro, because I thought you still have not released a video. I lied to my viewers, and I really hate lying to my viewers.
You lied multiple times to your viewers.
Where are the videos? Where are the streams? What's going on?
I mean, guys, so I have found out what being a father is like.
Oh,
And
where my videos have been too.
yeah, that's where my brother's videos have been too, right? And also, not only have I found out what being a father's like, I also just explained what happened to my league start and the utter catastrophe the leagues.
True.
Honestly, that should have been the videos.
Could have been a good video. Bro, you should
It
make
could
a
have been
video
the
about
videos,
that. There you go.
but I have plans. I hope
1.0.
to execute upon them sooner. I have plans. I hope to execute upon them. No promises, because if I make a promise and break it, that's bad on me. I really hope I can do some stuff in the future. Really do.
I
That's it.
swear, babe, this is the last drink. It's the last time. I swear, babe, I won't drink again.
Try. I swear this time. This
This
time. I swear this
just
week. I
one
will.
more shot, okay? Just one more shot.
Guys.
All right.
We are one character away from soundboarding Gianor. Another one.
Yes. That's the new meme in our family. We just randomly yell, "Another one."
Another one.
But it's not DJ Khaled. It's Count Gianor. So.
It's Count Gianor.
Yep. Yeah, that's the voice we put on.
Awesome. So. Try. Are you gonna play with me in a 0.5.5? You gonna league start with me? Are we gonna league start together? Are we gonna go from start of campaign to end of campaign?
I can't promise that latter part, but yes, I think that's the plan. We're gonna do the duo stream, the bro stream
awesome. Perfect.
through the campaign.
Perfect.
Maybe double arcane archers if GGG goes ham and releases an ascendancy with the patch. It'd be fun.
Yeah,
it'd be fun.
You gonna got cat ears? Got stuff?
Oh, we're gonna do.
I'm thinking that, like, if we die to a boss, we're failures, right? So we got to spin the wheel of fail, right? So we should totally do that, right?
So we have to make a wheel of fail first, too, right?
We gotta make a wheel of fail.
Okay, a wheel of failures. Okay, I'm on board. I'm on board. I won't die to any bosses.
Good.
So you'll be wearing cat ears, skin tight leather pants, drawn on whiskers, one eyebrow shaved, just all these things, and I'll just be wearing my normal get up. It'll be good.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It'll be fine.
We'll see. We'll see. I like to remind the audience who died on our hardcore dual speed run through Act 1.
Yeah.
This man.
I wasn't trying. Yeah, I wasn't trying.
You ran into a rare in Tangle Grove.
Grim Tangle?
You fell. You got heavy knocked as you're sprinting, and you died. And as you're dying, you're like, bro, where are you? And I'm over here doing inventory management.
That sounds about right. That sounds actually about right. But speaking of 055 and everything, so you're still playing the league? You enjoying it? Because like I said, I got burnt out with my high level character once I swapped over to Hollow Form. Maybe I just don't like the play style. That's why I love playing the early acts. I've been kind of casually just playing that. How's your burn out of the league?
Hot take: Hollow Form, like, martial arts is a really, really cool class, but the play style with the ghost coming in and doing your attacks for you and it all being whirling strike, kind of boring. It is boring, but I'm loving it. I love it a lot. I'm doing freeze. I'm doing ignite. I'm killing things. I've respect my character again just recently. 2 days ago, I went from armor to mana. Mana is my defensive layer. I am doing mind over matter, not the keystone, everything else to enable it.
Nice.
So that is really cool because I'm trying to get to 10,000 mana to do the depleted rune mana quest.
Oh, is that your new goal of the league?
That's my goal. That's my goal. That's one of my goals.
Okay,
that's one of my goals.
Cool.
All right.
I like that.
Yeah, it's super cool. I think it's super cool. I have a couple ideas on how to deal with chill because I do so much chill and it gets reflected back on me for expeditions. But I got a way to prevent that, I think. So I'm pretty pumped, honestly. I'm still playing the league. I'm still problem solving right now.
Wait.
Right?
Yeah. Okay. Well,
how can you get back in this league? How can you play this league again? Yeah.
Are you just playing it again? I've been, like I said, I've been doing some fun stuff in early acts.
Listen,
I think 055.
This man is so burnt out. He's playing a 2005 MMO.
Okay. Spoilers. Yeah, I did. Well, I don't know what's been going on. I just wasn't feeling gaming at all. I mean, right now my family isn't here. This should be prime gaming time. And yeah, I logged into DDO. I played a game of Dota 2 a couple nights ago, and I haven't played Dota 2
Oh
in
my
4.5
gosh.
years. I won, by the way, right? We had a really nice team. Like, they were genuinely good people. I was shocked. Got right back into it. I played surprisingly well. I got a double kill first blood. It was kind of insane. Anyway, yeah, I've just been playing a lot of
It's how they
stuff.
get you.
Just, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm going through a 29-year-old crisis or something. I'm not quite sure. I was so tired at night, and then I got untired. I started, bought the Steam Deck for the cruise,
Oh,
and
there you
I've been
go.
playing Hollow Knight on the Steam Deck. That's really fun. I just got to the Mantis Lord. I believe that's the boss name. Kicking my butt right now. Yeah, but like I said, I just PoE2 is still fun. It's just I played a lot. I played like 75 hours in a month. That's a lot for me. I stayed up really. I mean, you were there. We were both staying up.
Yeah.
You were on character 1, 2, 3, 4. I was still on character 1. So that's just a lot, you know. But because I'm typically a one character and done person, but this does grip me longer because I do like the gameplay better than Path of Exile 1. With PoE 1, I did the same thing. One character, get challenges, I'm done. That's why I'm not playing the Path of Exile 1 League, is because it's so close to the PoE 2 League. It's less than 2 months after the Path of Exile 2 League release. The games are too similar, and I don't want to go on the grind
Ooh,
again.
you should avoid this
I think that'll be
conversation.
so real. I know that there are lots of people who are like, love the grind, love hopping from PoE 1 to PoE 2 to Diablo 4 to Last Epoch to Torchlight Infinite to blah, 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 blah. I don't think that's me. That's like an endless treadmill. I loved Path of Exile 1. The grind, the thrill of the fresh start, getting a brand new character from 0 to hero, completing the challenges, and then taking a break for like 2.5, 3 months until it all started up again. Now the window between PoE 1 is PoE 1 and PoE 2 is so tight. I don't think I can't this time. I'll see in the future. Never say never, but I had no desire. I didn't even watch the reveal on stream. I didn't even watch the reveal live. I haven't done that. Well, since before I started playing. It's crazy.
Do you think Path of Exile 1 is losing players to Path of Exile 2?
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Okay.
We'll see it in the Steam numbers.
Yeah, I was actually
We'll
asking
see it
about
in
the Steam numbers, right?
It's just
At what point in time should they just
they're never going to
Path
do
of Exile 2?
they're never going to do that. They have a pretty small team. Okay, so here's the big conversation, right?
Yeah,
They have a pretty small team working on Path of Exile 1, but here's the big problem. They are starting to, so GGG are masters of recycling content, right? And now they're like recycling content, not only within the same game in clever ways, but both games
between the games
in clever ways, but and yeah, between games in clever ways, but it's like so much more apparent, and I don't think it's as novel when they're doing that, and I think it's going to wear people down. And I do think Path of Exile 2 is just so much more modern that I think Path of Exile 1 will bleed players. I think a lot of people will be like me, where they cannot just hop from PoE 1 to PoE 2 to PoE 1 to PoE 2. GGG actively encourages like taking breaks. Like, play a lot, come back. Next league, 2 leagues from now, 3 leagues, whatever. Just come back eventually. I don't see this whole PoE 2, PoE 1 cycle working out. It's too close together for the type of games there, at least for me, and I think a lot of other gamers. There are ARPG players who love the grind, though. And then, what was the other point? There was another point. PoE 1, last league, okay, during the Q&A section, the game director on it, Mark Roberts, he's also game director on Path of Exile 2. He said, funny line that I thought was so true, and he's reversed it this league. He said, yeah, so PoE 1, it's for our veteran players. We want to cater to our veterans. We want to make the best game possible for the people who love PoE 1. Really focus on that audience. Not going to grow. What he said.
No, that's the established player base.
No, that's what he said last league during the Q&A with Ziggy D. This league, during the Q&A with Siggy D, completely changed his tune a week ago. He's like, yeah, so they made a huge change with sockets. Remember I told you now you can socket any
Yeah.
gem into gear regardless of color, and if it's the same color, the socket's the same color as gem, you get 10% quality of the gem, so it's a big bonus. But it's a really great quality of life change, especially for new players. And he specifically said on the stream, we want Path of Exile 1 to get new players. We want to grow the game. Not what he said. So I don't know
Oh
if they just want
man.
to change their match, because it is getting new players. People come from Path of Exile 2 to Path of Exile 1, but I think the number of players leaving and not coming back is definitely going to be higher and higher. I
You're
think
gonna
that's what's
get
going to happen, and I
people.
think they realize that, and they really
Yeah.
want to
Mhm.
monetize both games, because what do? They do supporter packs for Path of Exile 1. They do mystery boxes for Path of Exile 1. They have different MTX, different stuff you can buy to enhance your account in Path of Exile 1. They
But
they
they're
have
going to
incentive to keep
drain
going. Plus,
players
they love Path of
dry.
Exile 1. They're obviously very passionate
Yeah.
about it. I just, yeah, I think they're gonna keep it going forever. I really do.
I mean, hold up. Take a look at yourself. They're gonna drain players dry.
Yeah, I
Like,
just can't do it. It's like too
yeah,
much time, and it's too
exactly.
similar.
Exactly.
Like, I think if they were different games at their heart, totally easy to do that. They're very similar.
Yeah.
They are.
Oh yeah.
I just so fervently believe this. Uh, it's just Path of Exile 1 is worse in my opinion, and a big reason why, honestly, dude, in Mirage League, my wrist started to hurt from all the clicking, because it's point and click. It's not WASD. It
Yeah.
literally hurts my wrist.
Yeah.
And I'm getting
Yep.
arthritis in my wrist when I'm playing PoE1. I think stuff like that is just gonna, it's gonna dissuade new players, and it's gonna convert the veteran players who are like, wow, PoE2 is implementing all these really deep, complex, interesting systems. The combat is not that hard. You can make your character super strong. You know, it's not what it was in 0-1, and it's not what it was
No.
purported to be. It's very different. It's very similar to PoE1, Diablo 4, Last Epoch. It just feels better, looks better, plays better, and it has a whole lot more road ahead of it. Brand new road to pave too, which is
Oh
exciting.
yeah.
That's so exciting. So I think that's going to be the direction going forward.
And also, like, you're gonna get players who come from Path of Exile 2 to PoE1,
Yeah.
and they're gonna be like, all right, where's my WASD? All right, how do I socket gems and all that? And it's gonna be all these quality of life
Yeah.
features that Path of Exile 2 has.
Mhm.
They're gonna go to PoE1 and be like, actually, no, I don't want to play this game.
Yeah.
And you get players
And
who go from Path of Exile 1 to Path of Exile 2 and be like, oh my gosh, she's so great. I'm gonna play this game. I think that the direction of players here is only one direction,
no,
honestly.
no, there's definitely players who play PoE2, go to PoE1, and like it more. I mean, you all you got to do, dude, is all you have to
Dude,
do is look to the dedicated, tremendous player base of Diablo 2 Resurrected. The ARPG community, like, there's tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people still playing Diablo 2 Resurrected all the time. Whether it's D2R, whether it's Project Diablo 2, which is a modded version of Diablo 2. I think a lot of people will go from PoE2 to PoE1 and be like, "Oh, yeah, I actually like this better. It's even more complicated, even more convoluted. There's even more stuff hidden. I like point to click." I do think I have seen, just anecdotally, people going from PoE2 to PoE1 and preferring that game. I just think it's a greater number of people going from PoE1 to PoE2, or just joining PoE2 and not even giving a crap about PoE1.
yeah, like
Or
me,
people
right?
like me, we'll see. I'll never say never, because I thought I was done after I skipped 3.27 or something, or 3.26 Secrets of the Atlas. And then I came back for 2 leagues. But that was a little bit of extended runtime between leagues. And I didn't play 0.3 nearly as much. I played a lot of 0.5. And it's less, like I said, less than 2 months out. That's crazy, that split. So, and 0.55 is coming. Just gonna stick with the game I have more fun with, and I'm sure if people have more fun with like PoE1, they'll go there, and a lot of people just migrate from game to game, so, which is fine. Selfishly, buried deep within this podcast, would I want them to put all their effort into Path of Exile too? Maybe selfishly, but that's just me.
I mean, I only played PoE2, so like,
Right.
I'll admit it. I like PoE2. I did play Path of Exile 1.
But you bounced.
I didn't keep playing it.
Right.
Right. So.
Right. Yeah. And
Oh,
this one is hooked you. Hooked you hard. Hooked you
Oh
so
my
hard
gosh,
you're gonna make a
how many
YouTube video
hours?
about it at some point.
Eventually,
Maybe in
830
2027.
hours in it. 830 hours.
That's crazy. You have like almost double my hours.
830 hours and no YouTube video.
That's fine. There's plenty of people who have that much time with no YouTube video. Could you, to end the pod, how much time do you have on your latest character? I'm really curious. Can you tell me?
Can you find that out?
Yeah, you do go in the game and you do /played. It tells you how many hours or how many days played on your newest character.
How many days?
Yeah, days played to end
don't.
This episode of Brothers in Exile. Sponsored by Talkative Try and
Talkative Try. Yeah, Talkative Try.
CastOnComet.
No, it's really just Talkative Try. There is no sponsor from CastOnComet.
No. You have a YouTube channel.
Oh yeah.
No, it's not sponsored by. It was supposed to be hosted by. You know what I should do? I should just say I'm a part of this video and make this also part of my channel. You could.
I
could send the collab link to you, I think, or maybe you have to make videos first.
Let's not this be the first one. All right, let's hear /played. Right.
All right, here we go. Here we go, guys. Everybody, guess how many hours he has played in the comments. 3,
ballpark it.
2, 1. Reveal.
2 days, 23 hours, 6 minutes, and 30 seconds.
On your latest character?
On my latest character.
What? You've almost played 70 hours on your latest character? What the? Wait, 20, 24, 24, 20. No, you played 71 hours?
71 hours, 71 hours, yeah.
Holy crap. You are time-mogging me right now, dude. Come on.
Yeah.
Why are you time-mogging me like this?
Currently at 16 div. Look at that.
Whoa, look at you. Can we do a div per hour ratio here? Let's shoot this up to the elders, the Fub Guns and the X, the Farmer X's. So we've got 71 hours played divided by 16 div mate. We've got wait a second. Hey. No. 16 divided by 71. Sorry, I did the math the wrong way. That is 0.23 div per hour on this character. That's glorious.
You know
wait, didn't you just get the expensive jewel?
You can't count your dollars.
Oh,
your
that's
ducks
true. You
before
haven't
it's
sold it
hatched.
yet. Okay. All
yeah,
right. Well,
exactly. Also, I just want to point out, you ready for some anti-advertisement right here?
Yeah.
I am using Fub. I'm listening to Fub Gun and doing ritual farming. 2 months ago.
No, not the 2 months ago strat. No. You want to do some expedition stuff. You haven't even done expedition yet, man. Maybe we'll do that.
I'm not even at King's March.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well, once again, my fellow exiles, you are listening to the most accredited Path of Exile 2 podcast out there. Step aside, Still Sane. Step aside, Path to Exile, the Passive Tree podcast. Installing. Hello to Brothers in Exile. We are very accredited. We thank you so much for watching. Make sure if you enjoyed it, like the video, subscribe to both of our channels. One of them has videos, one does not, and leave a comment below. And we'll see you in the next one. Hopefully it's next week and not 2 months from now. We'll see you guys later.
Bye.
Glorious.